Welcome, curious learners, to a truly fascinating deep dive.
Mhm.
Today, we're plunging into the intricate, often really dramatic world of teenage social dynamics.
It really is.
We've got this stack of material, mostly excerpts from the novel Boys R Us and some related series, and they give us this, almost microscopic view of how friendships form.
And dissolve.
Right, and sometimes how they're even, well, strategically acquired.
It's definitely a high-stakes arena,
Mhm.
where this idea of alpha status, it isn't just about being popular. It's really about defining your whole identity, your place.
Exactly.
So our mission today, I guess, is to try and uncover the surprising strategies these characters use to navigate their social worlds.
Yeah, and those blurred lines between genuine connection and just appearances, carefully constructed appearances.
And what does it all mean, right?
Yeah.
For that universal quest for belonging.
Yeah.
We'll look at this complex dance of power, loyalty, where every outfit, every single text message, every party seems to hold some kind of secret meaning.
Okay, let's dive in. Let's unpack some of this.
Let's do it.
So our journey starts with the reigning clique, the Pretty Committee, led by Massey Block, who is, well, the undeniable alpha.
Definitely the alpha.
You know, the kind of friend who, as one character, Claire, put it, kept a tight hold on things, which Claire noticed could feel kind of suffocating sometimes.
Yeah, but she also said it held everything in its place. There's that tension, isn't there? Control versus stability.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really striking right at the start is how Massey's first big crisis isn't some deep emotional thing.
No.
It's about, well, which designer bags should she donate? Or what jersey to wear? She even asks someone who dresses like the less fortunate what they'd prefer.
Right. It immediately shows you how, in their world, these superficial things, these material possessions, they become these huge symbols.
Totally. High-stakes symbols of power, identity, often way more important, it seems, than actual feelings,
Right.
especially when you're trying to keep that alpha spot.
And that quest for status, that's what makes Massey shift her whole focus. She gets this new crush, Dempsey Solomon.
Ah, yes, the charity focus boy.
Exactly. So Massey pivots her entire social strategy towards, well, philanthropy. And this leads to a massive decision. She just declares the PCs, that's the Pretty Committee, are out.
Wow, just like that.
Yep. And she's switching to Massey and crew. She just casually drops her longtime friends, Dylan and Alicia.
Okay.
But the book says, Project Runway castoffs.
Ouch. That's brutal, and it raises this really key question, doesn't it? What happens when a hierarchy, one that's been around for ages, just gets dismantled overnight?
Yeah, what does happen?
Well, Alicia's reaction is immediate and pretty direct. She feels like Massey always ignored her superior dance ability, right?
Mhm.
So she basically adopts this mindset of if your alpha won't join you, beat her. And boom, she starts her own cheerleading squad, the Hartnets.
A direct challenge.
Absolutely. A clear play for power.
Then things get even messier. The Briarwood boys are suddenly leaving their school, Octavian Country Day.
Oh, right. The OCD exodus.
Yeah, imagine the chaos. Josh, who's a crush for Alicia, he's actually excited about his new school. But Alicia, she's in a total panic.
I guess.
She realizes her whole alpha status leans really heavily on the boys being around.
Ah, interesting. Her power base is threatened.
Totally. So, quick thinking, she forms the Soul M8s, a new boy-girl clique. Though she admits the effort was way harder than it looked.
I bet. And poor Claire is stuck right in the middle of this whole escalating social war.
Yeah, she feels like kids with divorced parents.
That's such a vivid description.
It's
Trying to
rough.
stay loyal to both sides. She actually says she doesn't want to feel torn.
It really shows that pressure, when everything you know socially starts breaking apart, you feel like you have to choose.
Definitely sets the stage for more drama.
Okay, so Massey, she's devastated by the PC breakup. She feels like she's hit social death, likening herself, get this, to Mother Teresa without the poor.
Chuckles slightly. Wow, that's quite the comparison.
But this despair, it sparks this new, really radical strategy. She's going to engineer her comeback.
Ah, the engineering phase.
And she's got a secret weapon, Lane, who introduces her to her Aunt P from this place called Shooting Stars Talent Agency.
Right. And this is where it gets, well, really revealing about how far she'll go. Massey literally decides to hire her friends.
It's pretty extreme.
It is. But it tells you so much. She's treating relationships like a commodity. She actually thinks it's the same as buying a puppy.
No way.
Yes, Groom them. Use positive reinforcement, which in her case means accessories.
Of course.
And they'll never question your alpha status. It's just, wow,
Yeah.
social engineering to the max.
Yeah.
It shows how that drive for status can just flatten genuine connection into something purely transactional.
And she's incredibly specific about who she hires. She wants girls who are the complete opposite of the pretty committee.
Right, like Lila.
Yeah, Lila never speaks above a murmur, thinks eating in public is one of the 7 deadly sins, and apparently has never burped. Ever.
Okay.
Then there's Jasmine, an emancipated minor, no tracksuits, prefers Stella McCartney to soccer. Caitlin, who's West Coast girl with East Coast style, hasn't worn kids since she was 5.
A very specific brief.
And later, Cassidy comes in, who needs, as Massey puts it, motivation. Which translates
point.
to...
Let me guess. Money.
Yep.
So this isn't just about getting new friends. It's about crafting this perfectly curated image, total control.
Exactly. And the centerpiece is this big event, the Ho-Ho Homeless Charity fundraiser.
Oh, the infamous party.
A circus-themed fashion show over the block swimming pool.
What could possibly go wrong?
Massey is all over every single detail. The outfits, the model's strut formation, total micromanagement for complete control.
Yeah, but grand plans, they tend to wobble, don't they?
They sure do. This one literally cracks. The runway splinters.
Ugh.
Models fall into the pool, which is filled with fish, by the way.
Fish. Oh, dear.
And reporters catch every single humiliating second. They call it capsized couture.
Oof. Public social death.
And then the hired and Met girls reveal their actual status. Lila even calls herself an employee friend. So Massey.
She fires them.
Yep, fires the lot.
You know what's fascinating there is her dad's advice afterwards. He says something like, friends can be like employees. A good boss doesn't just fire everybody and start over.
Which is surprisingly practical advice, actually.
It is, but what does Massey take from it? She starts thinking about hiring improv actors
Oh my gosh.
who are foreign and would live in her spa.
In the spa.
It's almost funny, but it just underlines this desperate, ongoing search for a social circle she can completely control, just shifting the parameters slightly.
So first puppies, now professional actors living in the spa. Her commitment to the curated circle really has no limits, does it?
That chuckles. Apparently not. It's amazing how far some people will go to keep up that illusion, even if it means, yeah, basically importing your entire social life.
Meanwhile, while Massey's world is doing its capsized couture thing, Alicia is trying really hard to cement her own alpha position with the sole M8s.
Right, her countermove.
She plans this super meticulous party, originally a paparazzi party, but Claire renames it a red carpet party. It's for her crush, Josh, and their friends.
Okay, trying to create her own high-status event.
Totally. Personalizing snack bags, ordering skinny half-calf lattes for everyone.
Wow.
But she admits being in charge was way harder than it looked.
I can definitely believe that. And it brings up a classic leadership problem, right? How do you keep control when everyone in your group wants something different?
Exactly. Her friends are constantly questioning her, trying to negotiate the theme. Dylan's worried camo makes her hips look wide.
Priorities.
Kristen wants a green carpet, eco-friendly for Dempsey. And Dylan's worried about some guy Derek, thinking I listen to that stuff. Pop music, presumably.
So the carefully planned theme is already fraying.
Yeah. And the party itself, a struggle. The boys turn up in jeans and hoodies, not the tuxes she probably imagined.
Of course they do.
They're more interested in playing paper football than her game of which celeb would you rather lip kiss?
Sounds about right for teenage boys versus a planned party game.
Then comes the final blow. Suddenly, Britney Spears' circus music starts blasting from Massey's party next door.
Oh, the timing. Massey strikes back, even in disaster mode.
And it works. All of Alicia's guests just drift away, drawn by the music. Alicia feels like a total beta, like a crushed plate.
Wow, a crushed plate. That's bleak.
Yeah, she's thinking, Massey wouldn't have lost control like this in the first place. She even thinks about transferring to IBS,
Finger gnashing.
Fictional Billionaire School. It's this fictional place Massey pretends she might attend.
So even in defeat, Massey's invented fantasy school seems like an escape route. That's a really low point for Alicia. Shows her vulnerability.
These characters, they really do go to some extremes, don't they?
They really do.
And it makes you think about other ways people chase that alpha status. Our sources also give us this glimpse into a totally different world.
Right, Alpha Academy.
Yeah, where status isn't about manufactured friendships or parties, but supposedly about, like, raw talent and cutthroat ambition.
this exclusive boarding school founded by Shira Brazil, the eccentric billionaire entertainment mogul.
Designed, apparently, to nurture the next generation of exceptional talent without distractions from our mediocre world. Sounds intense.
It does. And what's fascinating there is this contrast between talent that seems real and talent that's maybe constructed.
Hmm.
Take Sky Hamilton.
The dance prodigy.
Exactly. Her mother drills into her this idea of perfection. Success is like ballet. You work until your feet hurt, so when the lights come on, it looks effortless.
Wow. Intense upbringing.
And Sky gets this single slipper that will fit your AJ's hopes and dreams. It represents her potential. It's a very different kind of pressure cooker than Massey's world.
Totally different. And then you've got Allie Abbott.
The mall model with the broken heart.
Right. To get into Alpha Academy, she completely fakes her identity, becomes Allie J, this ecomaniac poet/songwriter.
Talk about reinvention.
Seriously. Black hair, green contacts, even draws on a coal mole. It's another kind of engineered identity, but much more personal, maybe.
Yeah, it really shows the extreme lengths people go to just escape their past or maybe who they think they are. Her journey there is on this, like, talking self-sanitizing private jet.
Sounds about right for Alpha Academy.
But she still feels totally alone, stuck in the plane's communications-free zone. And that last text she sends her ex and his new girlfriend. It's pretty dramatic.
What does it say?
In this world, there are artists and subjects,
Hmm.
the people worth drawing. Well, I am a subject. I always will be. Capture me if you can.
Wow. That's a desperate plea for validation, isn't it? Even while building this whole new fake persona.
Absolutely. It's heartbreaking, really.
And then there's Charlie Deary.
The inventor.
Yeah.
Super smart.
Brilliant. But her mom works for Shira Brazil, the founder. And despite Charlie designing a lot of the tech on Alpha Island, programming a robo-dog to act like a cat, putting wings on a cell phone.
Which are all amazing things.
Right. Shira's strict no nepotism rule means Charlie might get kicked out, away from her crush, Darwin.
The ultimate conflict. Talent versus rules and love.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, Shira demands Charlie's mom resign so Charlie can stay.
That's a huge demand.
But then Shira physically takes Darwin's photo off Charlie's bracelet, her cherished bracelet.
And removes it.
Yeah. It shows the ultimate sacrifice this kind of elite status demands. Personal connections, love. They have to take a backseat. Shira literally tells her Darwin will be your first sacrifice.
Wow. That is chilling. A really stark reminder of the price you might pay to get to that particular version of the top.
Okay, so after the whole homeless pool disaster.
Yes. Back to Massey's world.
Claire, remember, she got everyone kicked out of Massey's party initially. She's feeling the weight of this huge social split.
Caught in the middle again.
But then she figures out Massey's hired friends scheme. She realizes Massey and Lane were just trying to get back at their friends for stealing some guy who she thinks was Dumpy or something. Dempsey, probably.
Right, she puts the pieces together.
And this actually motivates Claire to try and reunite the original Pretty Committee. She decides to hire the actors herself, calling it an audition so she can pay them.
Okay, Claire playing social engineer now, too. This is where it gets really interesting, doesn't it? A real turning point.
Definitely. There's this chance encounter at a pet boutique. Bark Jacobs, it's called.
Chuckles. Of course it is.
Massey's there already developing a crush on the owner's son, Landon Crane.
Naturally.
And the original Pretty Committee members, Alicia, Dylan, Kristen, they walk in and confront Massey.
The showdown at Bark Jacobs.
Massey, ever the strategist, tries to use her new hired friends to intimidate them, makes them squeeze into these tiny puppy ponchos.
Puppy ponchos. Oh, dear. That sounds awkward.
It totally backfires. Then she tries this witty insult on one of the actors, Jasmine, or you dial up internet.
Ouch. Trying too hard.
Maybe. Claire actually covers her smile because she knows Jasmine is just acting, calls it Academy Award acting. It's this moment where Massey's usual control just slips.
And that slip seems crucial. Because what happens next is quite different, right? There's actual vulnerability.
Yeah, exactly. Dylan apologizes to Massey for stealing Darrington. Kristen apologizes for Dempsey.
Real apologies.
And Massey, she responds with a sympathetic, "It's okay." And then she admits, "I'm going to try not to be so lycra from here on out."
Lycra, meaning tight controlling.
I think so, yeah. And then Alicia apologizes too for trying to take over. And Massey just says, "Forgiven."
Wow. That's a huge shift from the alpha we've been seeing, a real moment of reconciliation.
It is. It leads to this sort of tentative reunion, but And this is important. It's not like everything just snaps back to the way it was.
Right, things have changed too much.
Yeah. And Landon, Massey's new crush, he drops a bomb too. He reveals Claire was the one helping Soleil Mates sneak into Massey's disastrous party.
Oh. So Claire's actions have consequences too.
He says to Massey, when you kicked your friends out of the party, you kicked me out too.
Oof, adds another layer of complexity.
So the sources kind of hint at this new social landscape starting to form. Old wounds are acknowledged, maybe not healed, but seen. And new alliances, maybe fragile ones, are starting to emerge. It's not a clean slate. It's more like everyone's navigating this changed world together now.
So when you step back and look at all of this,
Mm-hmm.
what does it really mean?
Yeah.
This whole deep dive into their intense social world, it just reveals this constant, really complex struggle, doesn't it? For identity, for belonging.
Definitely.
We've seen how that alpha status can be chased through, well, genuine talent like Sky's, or inherited privilege like Massey's, or even these completely manufactured friendships.
Right, like Massey hiring actors.
And that chase, it almost always demands some kind of sacrifice, whether it's real connection or authenticity or even just basic emotional well-being like we saw with Alicia feeling like a crushed plate.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much of anyone's social standing, maybe even our own, is truly authentic and how much is just a performance?
Yeah.
And what's the real cost of keeping up that carefully built image? Are we always aware we're playing a role, or do we sometimes just end up performing for an audience we never consciously chose?
And that leads to a really important question, I think, for you, the listener. What are you willing to sacrifice? To feel like you belong, or maybe to be seen as being on top?
Yeah.
And how do we even define success? Is it about social status, or is it about genuine personal growth and real connection? Is there a point where the performance just completely takes over the reality?
Lots to think about there. We hope this depth dive has given you plenty to mull over.
Mhm.
Until next time, keep observing, keep questioning.
And keep deep diving into the fascinating world around you.